Coach Locksley's different, man. And I mean that in a good way. Just knowing him, he never changed. He always been the same, you know. He always been the same. He's been a family person. He's like the Godfather of the DMV, what a lot of people would say.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
The Godfather of the DMV.
You know, the guy that I think of when I hear the Godfather in this area is Chuck Brown, one of the legendary musicians and a guy that exemplifies what this area is about. To hear kids think of me in that way is flattering, but I think that comes along with being a guy that they believe in. This is an area that I have so much passion for. To be able to implement it into the DNA of the Maryland football program means the world to me. Man, we're in Prince George's County. We started out in DC. We're blitzing the DMV today. Big time football in this area. If we can just sell the vision that we have, you know, create some advantages for us here by getting some of these top guys to buy in. This area has had great success on and off the field in a lot of different sports. And one of the things I've seen continue to improve every year from the first time I started recruiting here in 1992 is the coaching, the teaching, the development. Pride is the one word that comes to mind when you describe it.
I think everybody around the country is finally realizing that if you want a top-notch athlete, if you want somebody that's going to be respectful and you want somebody that's going to compete, you just come to the DMV, find everything that you're looking for.
Just the density of talent and having to compete against that level of talent all over the place. Like, there's plenty of areas in this country that have a lot of talent, but there's something special about the players that are here. And I think by the point you get to being ready for college, you've already been kind of through somewhat of a proving process. And I think that's what makes this area special.
I feel good about my decision. I feel 100% sure. I want to win championships. I want to win bowl games. Where else is a better place to do it than your city?
When Stephon Diggs made the decision to come to Maryland and stay here at home and be a part of making a difference, I mean, the mentality that I've come to know this area to be about speaks volumes to the way football has grown here in the DMV.
In this DMV area, Mike is a household name. I've been fortunate enough to be associated with him since 1995. One reason he always was able to get a lot of my top players, and at various different universities, he's a proven players coach. You couldn't find a better guy than Mike Locksley.
The people in this area that can affect recruiting trust me and trust the vision as well as the processes I have in place to take players where they can't take themselves. And when you look at the success that the DMV players have had that have played for me here at Maryland or wherever I've been, it's really helped me be able to go in and recruit them to Maryland.
Mike Locksley is a rare breed when it comes to recruiting. You can't help but to want to play for him because of everything he stands for, his integrity, his character. Just wanting to be around him is something that I believe a lot of these recruits look forward to, because that's how I was when I was in high school.
I felt like Lox was somebody I could trust, like he felt like an honest person. He is the perfect guy for this situation. I can't imagine him anywhere else. The way he carries himself is something that anybody who's grown up in this area can resonate with. I think Lox is Maryland. He is it, he understands it, he feels it, and you can go talk to the players and relate to them in ways that other coaches who aren't from here can't.
Coach Lox was one of the people who brought me here the first time. Coach Lox was the offensive coordinator when I came as a freshman. I was at a basketball game my senior year of high school, being a senior in the stands, yelling at the other team, and go figure on the other team is Coach Lox's son, and Coach Lox is sitting up in the stands. So I remember walking by and Coach Lox gave me that look, and I'm like, oh, sorry, Coach, like, my bad. It's just like little small town Maryland stuff like that, where we're in such a big area, but it feels like home, and he makes it seem like we're a family.
Yeah, I think Coach Locksley is a great recruiter because he's genuine. His roots to the community and the recruits that he'll be able to bring in, and honestly, his genuine love for the job. You're gonna have to win in Maryland with Maryland players. And Locksley's gonna be able to do that, and he's already starting that trend.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. These people out here about to go crazy. I'm saying these people, but it's really me. I ain't gonna tell you.
That's a simple football player. Pretty good kid, too.
Yeah, you're a real good kid. We are official. No, congratulations to you. If parents give me their kids because of the success that I've had with players from this area, their kids are going to have a chance to be successful. I think it's really important that there is a trust, and recruiting is such a relationship business. And I think that I've built some really strong relationships here in the DMV.
When Locks comes in, he always makes you smile. He's always got some play for you. And, you know, the kids gravitate towards him. They knew who he was, and he'd come in and give him a big hug and high five. And he just connects with people, young kids, as good as there is.
I do feel a strong connection between me and Lox. You know, he's all about the heart of the DMV. He recruits well with it. It was like our connection was deep because he done been through some of the things I done been through. He done seen some of the things I done seen. So him going through that and trying to push me further makes me want to follow him.
Some of the things that he would talk about when it came to staying home at Maryland, they resonated. You know, being close to family, the DC, Baltimore area, the networking and everything, it all resonated. It was really a good connection between me and him when it comes to talking about the DMV and everything. I was driving home with my parents and they just announced that Coach Locksley had been named head coach at Maryland. And as soon as I was, scrolling through Twitter, I get a phone call from Coach Locksley, and he just said he really wanted me to come and, help to bring change to the University of Maryland and start the movement to bring other kids from the DMV and top players from all over the country to Maryland.
Our goal is to own and put a fence around this area. When you start getting the commitments from these top local players, I think it validates to the other great players in this area that things are going in the right direction. And so the type of kids that we want to recruit to Maryland are guys that want to be builders, guys that want to be a part of doing something great. And we have the opportunity with where our program is now to allow kids to be impactful to where our program goes.